late than never. I have been racing around trying to jump on and get ready for this free class that I do every Monday. So you may be wondering, why are you on at 11 a.m. instead of 5 p.m. this afternoon? I have a prior engagement that I'm busy at 5 p.m. this afternoon. So I decided to jump on and do my free class for you this morning because I didn't want to miss out. We missed out last week because, as some of you may know, I have been building my new craft studio here in the Scenic Rim. So I'm super, super excited. I spent all week. We were putting up all the framework to my new craft studio. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen a reel that I posted of us doing the framework of the craft studio. So it's super, super exciting. So of course I can't be in two places at once. So hence why I missed my free class last Monday. So Kayla's saying that she's excited to see the new craft studio. So am I. So we've got the framework all up. We have the roof that is on order at the moment. So we're waiting for about 2 weeks for the roof to get delivered, and we'll pop the roof on. And then it'll be all systems go after that. So I'm now searching around for some glass sliding doors and windows and things to put into it. So it has been a really exciting time, and it's like a dream come true getting this craft studio to be built. So I will give you updates on what's happening. But today we're here for my free Timeless Charm online exclusive free online class. So I come live every Monday showing you a free class. Now, this is a typical class that I would hold in my craft studio if you were attending in person, but you're getting the joy of it for free here on YouTube and Facebook. Now, if you want the kit for this class that I do today, and you are going to love these cards, I'm telling you. If you want the kit, you just place an order for $65 or more through my online store, and I will send you the kit for free. So it's as simple as that. You can get your hands on it for free. So I will actually, if you order $100 or more, I will throw in a free embellishment as well. So the way the kits come, you get all the cardstock and all the designer series paper all ready to go. So you will need the bundle that I'm using or replace it with something else in your craft room, which I'm sure for this one, you'll be able to find something else similar if you don't have it. But these online exclusive products will be available in 3 more days, people. So on the 6th of July, they actually go live for customers. So, so I'm using the brand new Timeless Charm bundle, and I can say it is absolutely stunning. I have just played with it this morning very quickly. And designed these gorgeous cards for us today. And then I'm sure that there will be many more cards to come from this bundle, because I tell you you get me every time. My heart flutters every time I see a new flower set. So so good morning, everyone, and welcome. So if I don't welcome you personally, please don't take it personally. Comments fly past. So welcome to everybody. If you're brand new to watching me and this is the first time you've watched, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel or liked and followed my business page, please do so. If you love what I do, give me the thumbs up, because YouTube and Facebook love it when you give me the thumbs up. Now, if you have any questions throughout the crafting process this morning, throughout this class, please don't hesitate to ask. I will try and keep an eye on the comments as I'm crafting. But I'm telling you, you will absolutely love this new set. So let's get to crafting, because that's what we're all here for. So just bear with me while I pop my video down onto my desk, and hopefully that looks okay, which it does. Okay. So these are the 3 gorgeous cards that we will be creating today, and you will be able to earn a free kit for this class, and I will just show you how. If you shop online and use the host code there, go to stampingwithdonnag.com, or you can see in the link of this, in the description of this video on YouTube or on Facebook, in the description of the video, on YouTube in the show more down box down below. Oh my God, my words are getting tangled up. You will see the link with the host code connected to it. So if you actually use that link, you will be able to order online, and the host code will be automatically connected to it. So I've used some of the gorgeous designer series paper that's been around for a while, but I can tell you it went really, really well with this kit. So as you can see, I've created some really fun cards. So this one here is a tent fold pop-up I actually seen it on YouTube this morning and I thought, oh, I'm going to make one of those. So anyway, I will get a better name for it when I get further into it. Okay. So welcome everybody. So I'm so glad you're here and you're crafting with me. So I'm going to start with the simple one first. So I'll show you the stamp set. So I'll move these all out of the way and I'll show you the stamp set first, and then we will get moving on to creating these cards. So it is called the Timeless Charm stamp set, and it has some gorgeous dies in it. So the dies are absolutely stunning. I just want to show you some of the dies here. Oh, and because I used it this morning, and didn't pop that die back in there, but you can see we've got some gorgeous flower dies. There is another one that I used on one of the cards, so there's a die that's missing there. It's obviously with my die cutting machine, but it is a really stunning set. So it's got some gorgeous little background stamps that you can use to have a bit of a watercolor look. It's got some gorgeous florals and leaves. I think it will be a really, really stunning bundle, and I think it will be something that you will absolutely love to have in your craft room. So I'll just remove that banner and I'll pop that back up at another time. So once again, you can actually earn the kit for free if you place an online order with me this week from Monday, today, until Friday night at midnight. You will qualify for a free kit if you place an order for $65 or more. Okay, so this one is more of a simple card. So I wanted to do a simple one to start off with because I wanted to cater for all types of crafters. So don't think that if you're just new to crafting that you won't be able to do this, because you totally will be able to do this. Now, the online exclusives, as I said, will be going live on the 6th of July. So you will be able to get your hands on it, and it is during the ordering time. So, so your kits will come. Everything will be in the kit with envelopes and everything that you need to be able to create your gorgeous card. So all you will need to do is do the die cutting and the stamping and assemble them together. So I've used some color combinations here. So I've used Pretty Peacock ink, I've used Petal Pink ink, and I've also used Flirty Flamingo. And I'm sorry, but my Flirty Flamingo has faded there, so it might be a bit hard to see. But that's the 3 colored inks that I'm using. I also used a Flirty Flamingo Stampin' Write marker to be able to do some of that spritzing there as well. All right, so the first card we're going to start with, I've cut the card base at 5 3/4 by 8 inches, and we're going to fold that one in half. Now, what will happen is if you earn your free kit, you can come back to this video and you can, it'll be over on YouTube. It'll be there. It'll be on Facebook. It's easier to find on YouTube though. So you'll be able to go back to YouTube and you'll be able to go through this step by step. Okay, so you will have a piece of the Designer Series paper cut. You will also have a piece of basic white, which that's the wrong size. Hang on, I need to get the right size here. You'll also have a piece of basic white in your kit for the front, and you'll also have a piece for the insert as well. Here they all are. Okay. So you'll have a piece for the front that's going to go like that. Then we're going to do our Designer Series paper on there, but we're going to stamp a little bit just on the corner here of this white cardstock. So I'm just going to grab out my pierce mat and a scrap piece of paper so that I can protect my pierce mat and make sure I don't get any ink on my pierce mat. So I'm just going to throw a scrap piece of paper in underneath. So I'm just going to, with Flirty Flamingo ink, I'm just going to use the cute little flower for this one and just stamp 2 little flowers down in that corner at the front. Okay, so I'm going to do one there and then another one a little bit further up. Okay, so we've got that. I'm also going to have a strip, a tiny, tiny strip of white, basic white cardstock. And I'm going to use the sentiment that says, because of you, we made it through. And I think that's a really, really lovely sentiment to send a card to somebody. So I'm just going to line that up on that narrow strip carefully and hold my breath, and hopefully I got it. Oh, and it wasn't too bad, so that's good. So I've done that, and then I'm going to cut that at an angle. just like that, and that's ready for the front. So we've done our card front, we've done that. I'm going to spritz that in a little while. Now I'm going to bring in another layer for the insert, and I'm going to stamp some of those flowers just all up the side here. So I'm still going to use Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to stamp some cute little flowers peeking in up the side of that insert. Okay, so just like that. All right. So this card's pretty simple to put together. So if you're brand new to crafting, these type of cards are very, very easy to create because there's not a lot to it. So I'm going to use some liquid glue, and I'm going to glue that designer series paper. Now, can anyone tell me what this designer series paper is called? Hang on, I will tell you. I have another pack of it up here. It is called the Hello Irresistible designer series paper. Hello and welcome. So please feel free to share the video back onto, if you're watching on YouTube, to share it back onto Facebook so that more people can join, or share the link with a friend through Messenger and they can jump on and join this live free crafty session. Okay, so I've done that. So I've just, with liquid glue, popped it onto the front. Now I'm going to use some of the ribbon that comes from, it's the ribbon combo that comes from the Zany Zoo collection, but I just thought it was really, really nice. I thought it went really, really well with this designer series paper. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Seal Plus, and we're going to wrap that ribbon around that designer series. Oh, and I put my glue on the wrong side. See, we all make mistakes. Let's try that again. When I flipped it over, it wasn't on the designer series paper side, but that's okay. So we're just going to pop it into that Seal Plus, wrap it around, and pop the other end into the Seal Plus, and then of course use our scissors and trim that off. Okay, so we've got that cute little ribbon wrapped around like that. So this comes with, it's got the other ribbon that goes with it is Lemon Lime Twist. So it's really, really great ribbon for combinations with this designer series paper. All right, so I'm now going to add some dimensionals on the back of that, and we will pop that up onto our card. So I'm going to use my handy dandy take your pick tool, and this is a trick that I find saves me a lot of time. So with your handy dandy take your pick tool, with the pokey tool end, if you just pick up your dimensionals, you can pick up the dimensionals and pop them onto the back of your card. Really, really easy with your pokey tool end. And if you're anything like me and I have gel nails on, so my nails, I find it really hard sometimes to be able to pick things up. So you take your pick tool is a fantastic tool for actually doing that, and then removing the backings and keeping the backings all in one place. Because who gets those pesky little dimensional backings all over the place, everywhere? You find them in some crazy places, I can tell you. No mistake, says Deborah, just new creations. Exactly. And, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's all right for you, you've been crafting for years. But, you know, we all have little mishaps every now and then. And it's all about keeping it real. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that onto my card base. With my insert, I'm going to pop some liquid glue on the insert and pop that on the inside of my card. Like that. Okay, and then of course we're going to spritz a little bit with our Flirty Flamingo. I'm just going to score that a little bit better because it wants to pop up. So I'm just going to burnish it a little bit better with my bone folder. So your bone folder is really, really good to make your folds really, really nice. Now, if your card wants to bounce back open, the bone folder, just running it up and down along where your fold is, it just makes your card sit a lot nicer. Okay, so now with my Stampin' Right marker, I'm just going to take the brush tip end and I'm just going to pop it into my lid, and I'm just going to flick and flick on the front there. So just a couple of little spritzes, but it just takes that stark look off. Okay, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to take that sentiment that we stamped, and where did I put that? Yes, and of course it has disappeared. Okay, who knows where it went? Look for it on the ground. No, it's not there. Not underneath my ink. Oh dear. I might have, there it is. Is that it? No. Anyway, we will stamp it again, seeing as I don't know where I put it. Yep, we'll have to stamp it again. So let's see if I can stamp it as good as what I did the first time. Does anyone know where I put it? Let's rewind the video and see where I put it. Anyway, we will stamp that again. So with our Flirty Flamingo, I'm just going to ink that up and stamp that down. Oh, and I did it the wrong way. So let's go again. That way. Okay, I'm going to ink that up again, and we'll go again. Nothing like practicing. Because of you, we made it through. All right. Might have been on my dimensionals. No, I don't know where it went. Okay, so now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use one of the edge pieces of my dimensionals. So I love using just the edge piece of my dimensionals for long, narrow sentiments like this. So I'm just going to cut that edge bit, flick it up so I can get it. And that's going to be perfect for the back of my sentiment. Hey, Melinda. Yes, we need to catch up for sure. Life gets too busy at times and we need to stop and take a breath every now and then. So we have that. And then, of course, I'm going to tie a bow. Actually, I think I just found my sentiment over there where I put the ribbon back. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do that. And then, of course, I'm going to add some Seal Plus and pop my bow on the front like so. And for this one, I think I'm going to use, these ones for a change. So I'm going to use the brushed metallic adhesive back dots because I actually like having a little bit of interest with these. And I'm thinking that the rose gold ones will look really, really cute on this. I could use the gold or I could use the rose gold, but I think the rose gold is going to bring out that Flirty Flamingo. So I'm just going to add, oh, and my take your pick tool is, so we're going to do that one. I'm going to do that one. So we've got the putty tip end on your take your pick tool, which is great for picking up those cute little embellishments. So I need to embellish my other one because I hadn't done that. That one and that one. So I think my ordering special will be if you order $100 or more, I'll throw in a pack of the brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. Okay, so if you place an order of $65 or more, you will get the card kit for free If you place an order for $100 or more this week, you will actually get a pack of those adhesive back dots, brushed metallic adhesive back dots as well. I'll throw that in as an extra special. All right, so that's card number 1. So how quick and easy was that one to create? So let's move on now. I'll pop that aside to card number 2. And I think card number 2, we might leave the more difficult one to the end. So I think card number 2, we might bring in this one here. So if you've just joined, this is a free online class and you can earn the free kit with a $65 order or more if you order from anytime from now until Friday at midnight, the 7th of July. All right, so in your kit, you're going to have a card base, you're going to have the designer series paper, the pretty peacock. You don't get the die cuts, so you will actually need to be able to purchase this exclusive online bundle, and it's a new Timeless Charm bundle, brand new online exclusive, and they go live on the 6th. So today's the 3rd, so that's Thursday. It will be live. So you can actually place your order on Thursday and you will qualify for the free kit. And in the kit, the beauty of the free kit is you get to make 2 of each of these cards. So you get enough supplies to make 6 cards. So it's an absolute bargain to get your hands on that free kit. Okay. All right. So we have our card base. Then I've got the pretty peacock layer, and we've got the designer series paper layer, and I've got to trim that one down to actually fit it. So I think I'm going to put the pattern right up and just trim off the top. So I'm going to adhere that with my liquid glue. Yes, Sam, it's a lovely stamp set. Absolutely gorgeous set. This is actually the first time I've had a chance to play with it, but it's absolutely stunning. Okay, so we have that. And I'm just going to turn that over and trim off the excess bit that's hanging over. And it's always good when you want something to sit flush with your layer, it's always good to actually make it a little bit longer and let it and trim it off after you're finished. Okay, so we've got Lost Lagoon cardstock as the card base. We've got Pretty Peacock as the layering piece in behind. I've done a gorgeous die cut piece here. So I'm actually going to stamp this card base just to create a little bit more interest underneath that front piece. I'm actually going to stamp it with Pretty Peacock and the tiny little leaf image. So I'll just grab that and my Pretty Peacock ink. Okay, so what we're going to do is here where the fold is, we're actually going to stamp randomly with this leafy image, trying to stay away from your fold as much as you can, but trying to get as close to that fold as you can, because this is actually going to be a border, okay, for that front piece. So this one here, it doesn't matter. We can go over the edge of our cardstock here, so we can go right out to the edge. We're rotating it a little bit just to get a different look with that leafy image. But it's just creating a little bit of interest in behind that piece that we're going to adhere to the front. Okay, so just like that, take that away. Now, this piece here, I'm actually going to use some of the Lost Lagoon ribbon, which is absolutely stunning. It's a brand new ribbon that we have. It's called Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap that around the back of my card. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Seal Plus again, like that, and like that. I'm going to wrap my ribbon, so I'm going to pop the ribbon in one side, wrap it around, and pop it into that Seal Plus on the other side and trim that off. Okay, so that we have our ribbon now on our piece for the front. Now that piece I'm actually going to pop up on dimensionals again. So I'm going to use my handy dandy take your pick tool. And how exciting, I've finished a new sheet of dimensionals. I get awfully excited when it's such a good feeling to finish that sheet of dimensionals off, isn't it? Okay, so we'll use this one that we've been using the edges with. So as I said, once again, your take your pick tool is fantastic for picking up these dimensionals and popping them on, and then also for removing the backings as well. So I call it the Swiss Army knife of crafting. Who out there that's watching, who owns a take your pick tool and absolutely loves it? Or actually, better still, how many take your pick tools do you have at your craft desk? Let's type it into the comments. How many take your pick tools do you have at your craft desk? All right, so I'm now going to adhere that to the front. So it's going to be flush with the top and the bottom. We're going to have an even border both sides, like that. Okay, so someone's saying 3. Sorry, I can't tell who it is because you're obviously in one of my private groups. It just says Facebook user. All right, so I've already gone ahead of time and I've cut out this die cut, which is super, super cute. So now my hint here, when it comes to, we're going to have a vellum circle that's going to slip in behind here. Now, we all know that with vellum, it's very hard to glue vellum down without seeing the glue through it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to take, and I don't know why I turned that over because it's the same on both sides. Isn't it funny when we do something like that? So I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm just going to pop one glue dot there on my vellum circle. And I'm going to grab another glue dot, which I thought one was just about sticking to my hand. There's another one. And I'm going to pop another one right there. So I've got 2 glue dots on there. Sam says she has 2. Melinda has 1, but want at least 1 more. Margaret says 1. Holly says 3. Deborah says 2. Lynn says 2. Sam says 2. Yeah, so I mean, I think I have about 3 or 4. All right, so I've got the glue dots on there. I'm now going to flip that over, and then I'm going to slide that down in behind the ribbon and just put the 2 glue dots in behind the ribbon and press it down. So now I've got my circle there. You can't see any glue, and it's actually there and held on really, really well. So that's a little trick that you can do with glue dots to hide your glue when you're adhering some vellum. You can also use a sponge and actually sponge some glue onto the back of it if you want to do that as well. It's totally personal choice. Now, for my die cut, I'm actually going to use my glue trick with the silicone mat. So I'm actually going to turn my die cut piece over. I'm going to grab a bit of my liquid glue and put it up in the top there. And then I'm actually going to put my sponge in it and I'm going to sponge the back of my die cut. So this way you can actually put your die cut on without getting glue all over your fingers. So I'm just going to adhere that just there like that. Okay, and the glue dries clear, so you have no worries if there is any glue anywhere that's oozed out. It will actually dry clear, so we have no dramas there. Now we're going to take another one of those little strips once again, and we're going to try and line up the happy birthday, my dear, on that little tiny strip. So I'll just grab my pierce mat again. Now I'm going to take that scrap piece of paper away because I really need to be able to get right over the top of this and actually stamp with my pretty peacock. And I did this a couple of times when I was doing my sample because it's a little bit funny to try and get straight. So hopefully it's not too bad. Would help if I had my stickers on my stamps, but I don't because it's brand new and I've only just got it out to use it right now. Okay, so we've got that happening for our sentiment, okay? So once again, I'm going to grab that strip off the edge of my dimensionals, which I've got a little bit there that I can use to go on the back of that sentiment strip. Okay, so just like that. And then, of course, we're going to take that off. And that is going to sit right there like that. Now, I haven't tied a bow on here, but I definitely think it needs a bow. Where's Sue? Is Sue on here? Do you think I need a bow, Sue? Because everyone says to me, are you ill, Donna, if I don't put a bow on? And I was quickly designing them before I jumped on, and I didn't get a chance to put the bow on. So I think I definitely need a bow. Who agrees? Linda says she has one take your pick tool that you've had since you joined. I know, because they're such a good tool though. You know, once you've got one, you've got one. It's just one of those things that once you actually purchase it, you'll think, how did I live without that? How did I craft without my take your pick tool? Sam saying yes, a bow. Sue Clements is normally on, and she normally gives me a really hard time about me and my bows. If I don't put a bow on it, she asks me, am I not well? But she may not even know that I'm on this morning live, because I did just pop in here at a crazy time and didn't give anyone any warning that I was coming on. Okay, so I'm now going to pop that bow. I think I'm just going to pop the bow just there, underneath there, like that. It looks so much better with a bow, don't you think? I'm actually going to do a bow, and do I want to do, or I think actually these ones would look quite nice. These, let's try that. Oh, yes, definitely. How pretty is that? So we need to do both, because we need to have them looking both gorgeous. And another one down there. So there you go. The bow does make the card, doesn't it? I agree. Look, honestly, I think bows always make a card. Always makes it look so much better. So let's do an insert for that card. I've got a pile of inserts. Oh, there they are. I was going to say, I've got a pile of inserts here somewhere. I've just found them. So let's do an insert for that card, because when I designed it, I didn't do an insert. So I'm going to do an insert. And I think it's a portrait card. So I think I'm just going to bring a little bit of that on the front to the inside. So I'm just going to take that little leafy stamp again, and we're going to go down the edge. Oh, how cute is that stamp? Look at that. Well, I'm going to do two of them because I've got the two cards, so I may as well do the two while I'm going. So let's go again. So whenever you're, oops, and let's flip that over because I just made a mess of it. So whenever you're doing your inserts, my idea is to always try and bring some of the front of the card to the inside of the card. So if I've used a flower on the front, or if I've used a leafy stamp like this on the front, I like to actually use that on the inside of the card just to make the card flow a little bit more. There's Sue. Of course, everything is better with a bow. I know, Sue. I was thinking you would have given me a hard time if I didn't put a bow on it. Okay, so let's pop that to the inside of the card right there. So we've got that one, and we've got that one. All right, we're doing pretty well. We've got one card to go, and the next card is, honestly, it has the wow factor. Okay, so we have that one and that one. So card number 2. So we've created some gorgeous cards already using the, if you've just joined, the Timeless Charm stamp set and the matching dies. And this is an online exclusive that will be available in 3 more days. On the 6th of July, it will be available for purchase for customers. For us as demonstrators right now, you can purchase it right now. If you wanted to join my team, you get to choose $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169. And you can actually pop this bundle into your starter kit if you wanted to, and you can order that today if you wanted to do that. All right, so let's do our third and final card. So the third and final card is this wonderful, and I can't remember, it was Iced Images that did this card, and it was a tent canopy card. I think that's what she called it, a tent canopy card. So this cute little bit is on the front like that. So I just thought, what a fun way to do a card. So let's get started. And I've just realized I don't have the piece of designer series paper. Just bear with me. I just need to grab a piece of the paper. Hopefully I just cut that piece right. I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. All right. So I was missing one bit of the designer series paper. So I've already done the die cut piece here, and it's very delicate, so I need to be careful with that. Now, we've got a card base here that we're going to fold in the tent style. So the card base is cut at 4 inches wide by 11.5 inches long. And if you wanted to score it, you could score it at 5 3/4 inches. But that gives you your card base. Then I've got a piece of the designer series paper that is cut at 3 3/4 by 5.5. So we're going to adhere that to the front. Whoa. You know what? This one's going to be a little bit different. I used that side on my sample. So I'm going to use this side on this card. So we'll be able to see how different it looks with the different sides. So you can see here, I've actually used the reverse side on that card. But anyway, all right. So now this piece here, let me measure that piece. How can I measure that piece? Let me measure it. Of course, every ruler is not in my craft room at the moment. So it is 3 1/4 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so 3 1/4 inches by 6 inches. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer because I'm going to score this piece. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch on one end. Okay, so 1/2 inch on one end. I'm going to rotate it, and then I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. Okay, so that was scored at 1/2 inch on one end, rotated, and then scored at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. Okay, so what we're going to do with that is we're going to fold the 1/2 inch one over like that and burnish it. Now the bottom piece, we're actually going to fold the first one over, the next one back, and then the next one back over. So that creates that look. Okay, so you've got one folded over here. We've got this one folded in a mountain, then a valley, then a mountain fold. Okay, and that's actually how it should look. So that's actually our canopy piece that's going to go on the front. So then what we're going to do is we're going to burnish that really nicely, and even that one there. Okay, so we have that. Then we've got our designer series paper, which I have cut wrong. Okay, so let's, or did I do the wrong size piece here? Let me see. I did do the wrong size piece. Sorry, let's do this one. I had a scrap piece there, and of course I picked up the scrap piece. So we'll do that scoring again, because this is 6 inches long, this piece. So we're going to score it 1/2 inch. So my designer series paper fits properly. We're going to rotate it, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. Okay, so we'll do that again now. So we're going to fold that one as a mountain fold. We're going to fold this one as a mountain fold. Then we're going to do a valley fold, and then another mountain fold. Okay, now hopefully this time my designer series paper is going to fit, because this piece of paper is cut at 3 inches by 4 inches. And you know what? It's a tiny, tiny little bit long, but I will actually just trim that off. Okay, so with my liquid glue, I'm going to adhere that onto the front of that. It's quite an easy card to make, to tell you the truth. It's not that difficult. So we're going to have a border on both sides, and it's going to be flush top and bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that over, and that little bit of overhang I'm going to trim off. And it's because I was actually cutting it on my guillotine cutter, not my trimmer. Okay, so we have that happening for the front. All right, now how this card goes together is we just put glue on this piece here that we folded over. We concertina that up, and we put a little bit of glue on that bit there. Okay, so I'm going to use my Seal Plus. I'm going to run that along the top there. I'm going to concertina that up, and I'm going to run it along that last piece that's folded. Okay, so we have Seal Plus. Now you will need a strong hold glue to do this. You can do it with liquid glue. If you want to do it with liquid glue, it's totally okay to do it with liquid glue. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to eyeball that. That's going to sit nice and level up the top there like that. And then this piece I'm going to scrunch up and push down. And there you have that Canopy front fold card. Now, you can do this in 3 layers. You can do another canopy on the front as well. So if you wanted to do a double one, you could do a smaller one and do a double one. You can change the size of any of these canopy folds on the front, which I think is fantastic. Oh, and I forgot my ribbon. So you know what? Seeing as I forgot the ribbon, I'm just going to I'm going to cut a piece of ribbon, and I'm going to put some glue dots on the end, and I'm going to wrap it around because I want that ribbon to be wrapped around. I was supposed to do that before I actually glued it in there. So I'm just going to add some glue dots on the back of that ribbon. So I'll pop a glue dot there on that end, if I can get it to stick. That. Okay, and then I'll get a glue dot on the other end. Right there, like that. Okay. See, where there's a will, there's a way. Now I'm going to wrap that around. So I want to wrap that one there and press that glue dot in behind. I'm going to wrap that one around and press the glue dot in behind. So see, totally okay. Crisis averted. All right. Now I've got a scrap piece of basic white that I'm going to stamp the sentiment with petal pink. So I'm going to grab my Pierce mat again, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment that says, thanks for all you do. Okay, so I'm going to do that in my petal pink, which is here. So thanks for all you do. Now I'm going to stamp it up towards the top of this strip because I want to cut it down. I want to cut it down a little bit smaller. So I'm going to try and, I need to get that down here a little bit more. I'm going to try and stamp it as far up as I can. Oh, and that was very crooked. It's so hard to do when you're on video and you can't get your head above it. That's better. Okay. That's a little bit straighter than the first one. So, all right. So we're going to do that. I'm going to bring in my handy dandy little baby trimmer, and we're going to trim that down to make it a little bit thinner for the front. So we've got that. We've got that. And then I'm going to trim it down. there, and I'm going to trim it down on there. Margaret's saying, oh, Anika's saying, mine don't either, so I wrap a ribbon around, secure it at the front with a glue dot, put a glue dot on top of the ribbon. Yeah, I don't, it's called the faux bow technique. I don't actually ever tie my ribbon all the way around because it's really hard to try and do that. Well, I don't say I don't ever do it. I do sometimes do it, but I prefer not to. I prefer to do that I adhere the ribbon to the back. And I'm not a glue dot person very much either. I tend to not like to use my Seal Plus. So, okay, so I'm then going to use the same glue trick again with my die cut piece. So I'm going to pop that over. I need some more glue there. Pop a little bit of glue on my die cut. And then I'm going to pop that die cut on the front, just like that. Okay, so we have that. I'm then also going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that sentiment with my handy dandy take your pick tool again, like that. All right. And whoops, put it up the right way. I'm going to pop that right there like that. Then, of course, I'm going to tie a bow with my ribbon. Okay. So hopefully you're enjoying my free classes. I've been having a lovely time bringing you these free classes every week. And it's super awesome being able to cut the kits and prep the kits for people and send them out to people as well. Okay, and now, there, I was going to say, I've lost my scissors, but I found them. Okay, so we have a bow there ready to go. I'm going to adhere that with a little bit of Seal Plus. So the ordering special, once again, for you to get your hands on the free kit is if you order $65 or more, and the host code number is down there on the bottom of the screen. If you order $65 or more, you will get a kit to make 2 of each of these cards that I've done here in my free class, and you'll come back to this video and you'll be able to rewatch the video so that you can actually finish your class. And then if you order $100 or more, you actually will get a free pack of the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. I'm going to throw a pack of those in for free as well if you order $100 or more. Now, the ordering special is only from today right through to the 7th of July, which is Friday, the 7th of July. And orders have to be placed. This beautiful set comes available on Thursday. So if you think that you may want to purchase this set, it could be what is your qualifying order. So you could order this bundle off me and you would qualify. It's and maybe, I don't know, some ribbon. This ribbon is gorgeous, I can tell you. The ribbon that I'm using, either the Lost Lagoon ribbon or the ribbon duo, is really, really cute. Okay, so I'm going to pop a little bit of I'm going to pop a scrap piece of paper on my pierce mat, and I'm just going to stamp just the very bottom edge of this card using Petal Pink. I'm just going to stamp a little bit along the bottom, and I'm going to do 2 of them because I haven't done the insert for the other one. So I'm going to do 2 of them here. So I'm just going to stamp with this little leafy stamp. Is that Petal Pink? That's not Petal Pink. That's Flirty Flamingo. Wrong one. Let's get the Petal Pink out. Okay. I just looked at it and I thought, that's a little bit bright for Petal Pink. Okay. All right. So let's go Petal Pink here. along the bottom. So I'm just going to stamp, and then I'm going to stamp off and stamp in between. Oops, stamp off and stamp in between. And that way it gives you that different variegated look. So we'll do a couple full strength, and then I'm going to do some stamped off. Now, you can't use the same stamp. If you've stamped that and then you go to stamp, if you don't stamp right, you'll get a line. So it's always best to re-ink, stamp off on your scrap, and then actually pop it onto your card rather than re-stamping, because if you stamp where the edge of the cardstock, it creates a line on your stamp. All right, so we're just going to adhere that with our liquid glue to the inside of the card. Like that. There. And the second one. There, like that. Okay, so then, of course, to embellish, I'm going to use those gorgeous dots, and I'm going to use the gold ones on this one. So with my handy dandy take your pick tool, I will pop some of those around there and on that one there. Oh, lost it. There. And there you have the third and final card for my free online class. So hopefully you have enjoyed. Let's bring in all those cards. So this is the stamp set that I've used, the Timeless Charm stamp set. And I've created the gorgeous tent-fold Canopy card. Okay, so you can see there that it has that little folded, just a little bit of interest, something a little bit different. You love my classes, Anika? I'm glad you love the classes. Okay, and that was the first card that we did. And then, of course, we did this one here. So you can get your hands on the kit by placing a qualifying order using that host code down there. You can see on the screen, BWRB2H7N. So if you use the link, the shop link in the show more box down below, you will be able to place an order and that host code will be automatically added to it. So, question, is that online exclusive? Please, it is an online exclusive product, so yes. The stamp set, the Timeless Charm, is an online exclusive product, and it will be available on the 6th of July, which is this Thursday. If you are a demonstrator, you can order it right now. It's in pre-order time right now. If you want to join my team, you can actually pop it into a starter kit. So if you absolutely love it, you can pop it into a starter kit and enjoy a discount, a 20% discount on all your crafting supplies. And you get to choose $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169. And then if you have me as your team leader, then I help and inspire you with your crafting, and you get to join a crafty community called the Wild Heart Crafters. So we're a great group of people. There's quite a few of my team members that are on here this morning. Give a shout out, all the Wild Heart Crafters. Let everyone know that you're a Wild Heart Crafter. But we have a great time within our team. We have weekly challenges. We have monthly team meetings. We shout out for people's birthdays, anniversaries. It's a really, really fun group to be a part of. So thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed this free online Timeless Charm card class. And as I said, you can get a kit to make 6 of these cards, so 2 of each design, for free with a $65 order if you order from now, Monday, right through to Friday, the 7th of July. So using the host code. So $65 and you will get the kit for free. $100, I will also throw in a pack of the brushed metallic dots as well. So, and look at the Wild Heart Crafters. There you go. As Melinda's saying, it's an awesome team leader. Thank you. Thank you. You're making me blush. So it is really, really, yeah, it really great to be able to come and bring you these free online classes. So next week, I will see you live at 5, Monday, live at 5, like I normally am. So until next time, happy crafting, everybody. Please give me the thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button and like and follow my business page. And if you're interested in earning the kit, place an order with the host code. Thanks, everyone.